Okay, you guys, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa. In case you guys are new around here, I am a full-time reseller and actually just recently became a full-time reseller. And I sell on multiple platforms, including eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Depop. And eBay is I would say one of my slowest platforms. It usually falls in second or third place for sales for the month. So it's not my main platform, but I am trying to build it to get it to be more of my main platform, or even at least always in a close second. But right now it's a very far second or third place. So the reason for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about eBay jail, or what happens when your account falls below standard. So as you guys can see right here, I'm on my seller dashboard and I am currently in above standard, and I will be on my next evaluation as well. But if I go in here to more details, as of November 20th, I was below standard. So I had my last review for my store on November 20th, and that is when I moved from below standard to above standard. So just a quick history. The reason I fell below standard was for canceling orders. I, like I said, sell on a lot of platforms, and for a long time I did not have a good inventory management system that would help me track when something sold on let's say it sold on Poshmark. I wasn't always, I would have some fall through the cracks that didn't get deleted from my other platforms. And so earlier this year, I actually signed up with Vendoo. I do have a whole bunch of videos about Vendoo, which I will link one above, that goes into detail about why I switched. But one of the main reasons I switched was for the services that they provide for inventory management, including automatically delisting items once they sold. So since I have made the switch, I have not had to cancel any orders, and I am not going to have this problem again. But when I first, when this first happened, it took me like 3 or 4 months to get my percentages to the point where I would get out of the below standard. So the way that they do it, every 20th of the month, they evaluate your account. And let me show you. Here's the little chart for where you have to be. Below standard means that you canceled or had cases closed without resolution for more than 2% of your sales, which is, it's not that many. So it's really easy to get into this category if you are canceling orders. Let's say you lost an item, or if you double sell an item, or any reason like that, or even if you sold something and then you go to ship it and realize somehow it got damaged, or you missed damage that was pre-existing when you listed it, and so you have to cancel the order and let the buyer know. Anything like that happens, which everyone makes mistakes sometimes, count towards this. And so if you hit more than 2% of your sales below standard, then you fall into this category. Well, when I had all these cancellations, I had just started my eBay store only like 6 months before, so I didn't have a lot of sales. So it was really easy to hit 2%. I think I only canceled like 5 sales, but that was enough to hit the 2%. So anyway, so now I'm at 1.54. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, November 20th, I actually hit the metrics, and I did the calculations, figured that out, hit the metrics. But they do everything retroactively. So even though as of November 20th, my metrics hit above standard, for some reason they didn't move my account to above standard until December 20th. Which was very frustrating because I was expecting that to change on the 20th, and it didn't hit until December. And then after December 20th, I finally got my above standard back. I've been in eBay jail for like 4 or 5 months at this point, and I was so excited to get above standard that I immediately went in and started promoting again. Because if you did not know, you're not allowed to promote when you're in eBay jail. It takes away all your promotions and doesn't let you start any new promotions. So they also throttle your account, meaning they kind of hide your listings near the end of the search results for the items that you have. So it makes it way harder to sell things because you can't promote and your items are being hidden. And then in addition to that, they charge an extra 6% final value fee on all your sales. So I sell mostly clothing, and clothing is like 12, 13%, something like that in final value fees. They add an extra 6% on top of that, which is very frustrating. And so I'm paying close to 20% seller fees. And then I expected so I immediately went in and started promoting on the 20th of December, and I promoted at a high percentage. Well, at least for me, I usually only promote at the minimum 2%, but I moved it up to 8% because I figured I want to get things moving now that I have my visibility back. I want to get pushed to the top so the algorithm starts to favor my store again. So I put in 8%, and then my sales from December, after December 20th, on the 21st, 22nd, today's the 29th, so the last 9 days, I was expecting, them to stay about the same as far as my final fees, since I would be getting rid of that extra 6% fee, but I'd be promoting at 8%. I thought that would kind of offset. It would be a little higher, obviously, with the 8% promotion rate compared to the 6% defect rate. But I was seeing close to 30% on my final value fees. So I went in and looked at them in detail, and they are still charging me the extra 6% for being below standard, even though technically I hit this metric back in like mid-November. I'm still being penalized. So I called eBay and I'm like, what is going on? December 20th, my account was re-rated. Why am I still paying these additional fees for being below standard? And I was told by their customer service that they do it retroactively, their evaluations. So basically, it doesn't go into effect like right away. And I was like, I know that because I actually hit this metric back in November, but December 20th, I am officially above standard as per your like retroactive or however you do it metrics. And he's like, no, well, actually even though your account says above standard now, you will not be the final value fees will not go away until January 1st, because even though the evaluation's done on the 20th, it's for the entire month of December, which is way, way more complicated than it needs to be. And honestly, I feel like it's very shady. I feel like it's very unfair the way that they do these below standard, because like I showed you guys before, I mean, it's a very small percentage of your sales that need to be defects, they call them, in order to hit this metric. So you have to be on top of your store. If you want to sell on eBay, if you want to be competitive on eBay, you have got to be on top of it. You can't have silly mistakes like I was doing before. And I've been selling on, Poshmark and Mercari for years, and sometimes have to cancel orders for various reasons, like I mentioned before. And there's never been any sort of penalty for doing that. Usually I just reach out to the buyer and explain what happened. Like, I'm so sorry, but this item already sold, or I'm really sorry, I cannot locate this item. Whatever the issue is, I let them know and I cancel the order. And most of the time it's not a big deal. I've only maybe once or twice had a seller or a buyer be upset, but the majority of the time people understand, like, I'm human, mistakes happen. But I did not realize how strict eBay is. So if you are new selling on eBay, or if you're in eBay jail already, just know, like, it's really, really important that you find a system and be really on top of it, because you cannot afford to be below standard on eBay. It really makes a huge difference on what you're paying in fees, and it also makes a huge difference on my sales. Let me go back, because my stats are terrible because my listings have been hidden for months and months. So I have almost 3,500 items, I want to say. I think I have about 3,500 items currently listed on eBay, but I've only sold $1,400 in the last 30 days, which is terrible considering the amount of items I have listed. So As you can see over here, my listing impressions have skyrocketed. They're up almost 300%. That's because I just got out of eBay jail. So last month, this is comparing to last month when I was still in eBay jail and they were getting hidden. Nobody was seeing anything. So my listing impressions are way up. My listing page views are way up. My sales conversions are, down 0.1%. So that's really nothing. So basically staying the same. I just wanted to make this quick video to let you guys know kind of how it works behind the scenes with being below standard. It's beyond frustrating, but once you know the parameters that you have to work within on eBay, then you can set yourself up for success so you won't make the same stupid mistakes that I have made with my store. And now that I am no longer in eBay jail, I basically have to rebuild my store. I moved my promotions back down to 2% for now until that extra 6% fee goes away because I don't want to pay 30% in fees. I just don't want to do that. I don't think it's worth it to me. So as of January 1st, I will go in and bump those back up to the 8% and really work on fine-tuning my store to make sure that I am rebuilding the traction and getting the algorithm back on my side. But it's going to take time. The first thing I knew I had to do is get out of eBay jail because as long as I was in eBay jail, I was paying extra fees, couldn't promote, and I was being hidden. So now that that has gone away, I basically have to start from scratch and try to get more eyes on my items. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of promoting some sales. I'm also going to be relisting and relisting old items, listing new items consistently, and going through and delisting items from my store and like deleting them altogether if they're old items that I don't think are valuable enough to continue to try to sell. So those are all the things that I'm going to be working on. But anyway, I hope this video was useful. If you guys have any questions about how it works or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Also, I do have a link for Vendoo down below in case you are having a similar problem to me and are wanting to find a way to manage your inventory. I cannot recommend it enough. Vendoo is amazing. The link that I have down below is a referral link, so keep that in mind. I do get a little kickback if you sign up, but you also get a little discount for using my link, so it helps us both out. So anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.